What is up, guys? It's Swammer here, back again with some more Great League action. As promised, I am going to be trying out a different team today. So I'm going to be going with Galarian Stunfisk, Azumarill, and Tropius. Tropius and Galarian Stunfisk make a pretty solid core, and Azumarill is really just a jack of all trades that functions more or less as a safe switch on this team, but can pretty much plug into any core as the third Pokemon. Um, So this team, I believe that it is originally a team used by FP Sticks, who's another content creator, very, very talented battler. Credit to him for making the team. It's possible that he got it from somewhere else, but that's where I saw it anyways, so I'm going to give him the credit. Yeah, let's go ahead and jump right into the battles. So you can use a Jumpluff instead of Tropius if you don't have a Tropius. So here, Flygon on the lead isn't great for us. We're going to go ahead and swap out into Azumarill. And they actually come in with Dugong. So this is okay. We're going to be able to get to the play rough fairly early on. And we actually get a shield from this Dugong. So that's pretty good for us. This is just going to be an Icy Wind. And at this point, I've gotten a shield. I'm perfectly happy to let Azumarill go down. And then I'm just going to be able to come back in with Stunfisk and go for those rock slides. So I am going to take another Icy Wind, going to build up a bunch of extra energy and go for the Play Rough. I might actually swap back into Galarian Stunfisk and preserve my Azumarill if I can. So we're going to take one more charge move here. We do take an Icy Wind, and yeah, I'm going to swap into Galarian Stunfisk here. I know I can get to this Rock Slide before they can get to another Icy Wind. And this is either going to basically be taking out the Dugong or forcing a shield. So we do force the second shield, so this is looking very good for us. I need to respect the potential Earth power here, but it is a Dragon Claw bait. So unfortunately, did shield up the Dragon Claw. Not going to shield this, hoping it's another bait. It is a second bait, so we're going to be able to now overfarm a little bit and then connect with this Earthquake. So Earthquake takes out the Flygon. We're looking pretty good now. Dugong is coming back out, and we're going to be able to go for Rock Slide against this Dugong. This is going to be dealing a lot of damage. Takes out the Dugong, and now we've got a Bastiodon in the back, and my opponent surrenders because Earthquake is going to absolutely destroy that Bastiodon, and I still had a shield left there. So that was going to be a GG. But really solid match there. Able to win shield advantage with Azumarill on the switch. And then, even though Flygon likely beats Galarian Stunfisk, with the shield advantage, I could just go for that Earthquake and take them out. So, alright, Azumarill on the lead here. This is not great, but we're just going to go ahead and go for Earthquake. And then swap out around when they would be getting to a move into our Azumarill. Hopefully we catch it, but usually this is a pretty predictable play by Stunfisk, so you don't usually end up catching a move. They build up to about 100 energy and then swap into Venusaur. So we're going to be able to punish this Venusaur pretty effectively for being late on that swap. And they're getting to a Frenzy Plant here. We are going to go ahead and shield because we're at another Ice Beam. So this Ice Beam is either going to take out the Venusaur or get the second shield. Happy with either. We get the second shield, so that's totally fine by me. Having a little bit of lag here. They're getting off a Frenzy Plant. I'm perfectly okay to let Azumarill go down. And then we can now come in with the Tropius and farm up a ton of energy. The Air Slash is going to be dealing a lot of damage, and we're just going to commit completely to the farm down. So I am going to go ahead and shield the Sludge Bomb. Sludge Bomb would deal quite a lot of damage, but we've got basically 2 Leaf Blades. Yeah, 2 Leaf Blades ready for whatever's coming back in. And it's going to be a Hypno. So we're going to go ahead and toss 1 Leaf Blade onto this Hypno. And we need to save this Tropius for that Azumarill in the back. So I'm going to build up to another Leaf Blade and then try and swap to catch a charge move. We aren't able to catch a charge move, but we're just going to try and deal as much damage with our Stunfisk as we can. This is going to be a Hydro Pump to take us out. Does take us out, and then we are going to look to farm down this Azumarill. We are able to farm down without taking an Ice Beam, so that's really good for us. And now we've got so much energy to throw into this Hypno. We're going to be able to hit it with 2 Leaf Blades back to back. And we almost had a third, to be honest. So definitely had a lot of energy to deal with that Hypno, and we're going to be able to take that game. Alright, so we lost lead again there, but Azumarill was able to get the shields from the Venusaur there, and then we were able to build up a ton of energy by coming in with Tropius and farming down, and basically carry that energy through to an advantage for the rest of the match. So Azumarill again on the lead, going to be going for the Earthquake. They actually get to a charge move before me, so this is definitely Ice Beam. And then we're just going to go ahead and throw this Earthquake, and then we're still going to go ahead and swap out into our own Azumarill and try and get ahead on energy here. So they come in with a Victory Bell, Shadow Victory Bell at that, so I'm going to go straight for the Ice Beam. Really want to get this off as quick as I can. And strangely enough, they do not shield it. That's really uncommon, but I'm perfectly happy about it. Registeel is coming in, so this is going to be a bit tricky. I need to fake having the Hydro Pump, because Registeel is going to be a problem for this team, for everybody except Galarian Stunfisk. So we're going to go for the Ice Beam here, but after we built up to having the Hydro Pump, we do get a shield, which is absolutely huge for us. Going to go for another Ice Beam just to get a little bit of extra chip damage, because we're definitely not going to be able to really threaten anything else. Alright, and now we're going to have to come back in with Stunfisk. We are going to need to shield. They built up a ton of energy on their Registeel. And they actually swap back into Azumarill, so this is really good for us. I can come in with Tropius. I'm not going to shield the Ice Beam here. Tropius can survive an Ice Beam even though it's double super effective, and still can't really get bubbled down. So I'm going to go for a Leaf Blade here, over farming on the energy to try and convince them they can get to another Ice Beam. However, we do get to the next Leaf Blade before they get that Ice Beam, able to take out the Azumarill, and then Registeel is coming back in. They're going to have to throw into our Tropius to take us out. And we just need to get to an Earthquake on our Stunfisk. We've got a shield, so this is going to be a GG. So this Earthquake's going to be taking out the Registeel, and we're going to be able to take that match. So even though we've lost lead all 3 times, really, so far, we've been able to flip the matchups by either getting shields or health with Azumarill. So this has been really good for this team so far, so definitely liking it at the moment. So Skarmory on the lead. This is definitely where we want to see the Skarmory. Tropius has a really bad time against Skarmory, so they actually come in with Venusaur. And I'm going to go ahead and soften it up a bit with a Rock Slide, and then come in with Tropius. Actually, I'm going to build up a little bit more energy, and I was trying to catch a Frenzy Plant. However, I didn't realize this at first. I should have seen it sooner, but it's actually a Razor Leaf Venusaur, so should have come in with Tropius much quicker, because I'm going to be forced to shield that Sludge Bomb, and now I'm stuck Tropius against this Skarmory, which is not ideal for me at all. So I'm just going to go for Leaf Blades here to try and stall out the clock, because I want to switch into Azumarill and save this Tropius for later, because I think it's going to be more useful to save it for later than to get switch advantage. So I'm going to go into Azumarill here, and I definitely didn't want this Skarmory to farm. Those Leaf Blades fortunately actually put this Skarmory into Ice Beam range, so we're going to go straight for the Ice Beam. Happy to get a shield, also happy to get the damage. So we do get a shield. They're likely going to get off another charge move here. I'm not going to shield this. Sky Attack doesn't take me out. I'm going to be able to get to another Ice Beam, and if it had been a Brave Bird, I just would have come in with Galarian Stunfisk and gotten ahead on energy. So we are able to take out that Skarmory, and then we've got Stunfisk that's going to be able to get to an Earthquake against this Azumarill. This is just going to be an Ice Beam. It was way too quick to be Hyper Pump. So going for the Earthquake, this is likely going to get the last shield, or it's going to deal a lot of damage. We do get the damage, which is great for us, so we're going to swap into the Tropius now. We just need to get to 2 Leaf Blades against this Azumarill. We are going to shield. The Ice Beam definitely would be taking us out, but the 2 Leaf Blades here back to back are going to be enough to take out the Azumarill. So this first one will get the shield, and then they've still got another bubble or two before they get to their next Ice Beam, so this is going to be a good match. So very fortunate for us to see that Skarmory on the lead. Skarmory is definitely not a fun matchup for Tropius. Was really, really good to make sure that Tropius got aligned to that Venusaur. And then saving that Tropius for later also was really key to have something to take out that Azumarill. So another Skarmory on the lead. Skarmory is a very common lead in Great League these days, so going to be going basically for the same play here. Going to build up to more or less back-to-back Rock Slides and go for a Rock Slide here. I'm expecting them to switch out, which is why I'm staying ahead on energy, but able to double up on the Rock Slide again here, and I'm just going to throw back-to-back, hoping to catch them by surprise and get them worried about whether this is going to be taking them out. So it doesn't quite take them out, and we don't get a shield, but their Skarmory is so low now that it really doesn't matter. They actually go for a Flash Cannon, which is very interesting. We're going to look to farm down. This is just going to be a Sky Attack, way too quick to be anything else. And we're going to leave this matchup with a fair bit of energy. It's a Vigoroth coming in, going to go straight for Rock Slide. And then I'm going to swap out into Azumarill, because I do not want to get farmed down by this Vigoroth. So that Rock Slide is some nice chip damage. It's going to mean that Ice Beam is really all I need to take out this Vigoroth. Body Slam spam is going to be coming through. Looking to farm up to the Hyper Pump just to fake that I have it anyways, hoping to get a shield. But not sure if I will here. We do actually get a shield, so that's pretty good for us. And then we're going to get to another. We're not going to shield on the Azumarill. I probably should have shielded here, recognizing that them shielding the Vigoroth was a tell that whatever they've got in the back is probably pretty weak to Azu. But now that I've got a 2-shield advantage, I'm just going to come into Tropius, and it's a Marowak in the back. So this is still not over. Marowak is definitely a counter to Tropius. Fortunately, though, we are running Air Slash, so this is going to be dealing enough neutral damage with Air Slash that we can potentially take them out. So that first charge move was way too fast to be Shadow Ball, so I did not shield that up. The Bone Club does basically no damage. Going for an Air Slash and then a Leaf Blade here. I think that Leaf Blade is going to be enough to basically take it out. We are going to shield this up. It probably will be a Shadow Ball now. It is another Bone Club, but it didn't really matter. We've got a shield left and a Leaf Blade ready for this Vigoroth coming back in, and that's going to be enough to take it out. So that's a good game. Tropius has definitely been coming in clutch, so I'm happy that I invested the 90 or so rare candy into Tropius, and able to go 5-0 actually in my first set using this team, so very happy with it so far, and hopefully we can continue having some good luck with this team. Yeah, so as I was saying, you can definitely substitute Jumpluff for Tropius on this team. If you do so, you're going to want to use Bullet Seed, Aerial Ace, and Energy Ball as your moveset. Jumpluff is more or less similar bulk to Tropius and same typing. So a lot of the matchups are the same. You just aren't dealing quite as much damage with the fast moves, and in particular, I like running Air Slash for additional coverage against fighters, which is where you don't have that with Jumpluff. So jumping into the second set, we get a Shift Tree on the lead. Not going to shield this charge move, just going to be a Leaf Blade, but it does do quite a lot of damage, so I'm going to look to double up here. I am going to shield this next Leaf Blade. Just want to maintain a little bit of health, and then drop the Rock Slides. These will probably get some shields. We do get one shield, and we're going to get a second Rock Slide off and deny the Snarl, so that's really good for us. We do connect with that Rock Slide, and then we CMP tie for this. I'm just going to let it go. If I die, so be it. If I don't, I'll get another Rock Slide off, which will be great. We do get the Rock Slide off, which is really good for us, which actually forces the second shield, so looking pretty good. Kind of come in with Tropius and farm down with Air Slash. And they come into Altaria, so we're going to just go ahead and swap into Azumarill. Not going to shield this Sky attack. Azumarill is going to get taken out by a Leaf Blade anyways, so it doesn't really matter. I threw this Ice Beam one bubble too early. I should have done one more bubble, but totally fine because I still would have CMP tied this Shiftry that's going to come back in anyways, and Shiftry is going to win CMP, so would have been taken out either way, and we're going to be able to farm down this health with our Tropius. Going to have to shield up this Foul Play. I think it would deal more damage than anything else in the back. However, it's possible that saving it for a Rock Slide would have been better here. But we should have enough health and energy to take out this Deoxys defense. So the Leaf Blade does connect, does quite a bit of damage. We're going to look to double up on the Leaf Blades here. The Rock Slide does about half of our health, so we can definitely tank it, and we're not going to get countered down. And these back-to-back Leaf Blades are going to be taking out this Deoxys, and then Shiftry just needs one more Air Slash, and it'll faint to that. So another good match there. Able to take out the backline with Tropius. Tropius has been super clutch, and so really, really enjoying using Tropius. If you guys have one and are considering whether or not you want to invest in one for PvP, I do think it's very strong. I do also think it's unfortunate that a regional Pokemon is so strong and relevant, but that's just the way it is. Alright, so we've got a Galvantula on the lead here. This is an excellent lead for Stunfisk, very much expecting them to swap out. This is going to be a lunge to lower our attack, but Galvantula is so squishy that it doesn't really matter. So we're going to go to double Rock Slide and then drop the Rock Slides. We do get a shield, and then we're going to get to a second Rock Slide right away here. And that does get the damage, and then they're low enough that we're just going to look to farm down. So this is looking very good for us. We got shield advantage, and we're going to win switch advantage as well. So definitely think that they must be double weak in the back to Galarian Stunfisk. So I'm going to save my Stunfisk, expecting it to come in handy later. So they come in with Azumarill. I'm swapping into my own Azumarill here. It's a Hydro Pump Azumarill, so this is looking even better for me because I've got Play Rough. So I'm just going to be going straight for those Play Roughs. And this matchup seems like it's probably all but over. They aren't swapping out, which tells me that probably whatever they have in the back is weak to Azumarill, so maybe it's an Alolan Marowak. But that is totally fine. Stunfisk with energy will be able to handle that. And they're going for an Ice Beam there, so a bit of a mistake. We're going to build up and then go for an Ice Beam. I think Ice Beam is enough to take them out. Ice Beam is enough to take them out, and it's an Altaria in the back, so it wasn't an Alolan Marowak, but, you know, Azumarill wins that matchup very handily anyways, so good game. We just had a great team. Our first two Pokemon really hard countered their team, so definitely understand why they did not swap out of that first matchup, because they needed to use their Azumarill to take me out, but alright, so here we've got a Prinplup on the lead, and I hate facing Prinplup because it's one of the attack-lowering Pokemon. So they Icy Wind me. I was looking to swap out, but I'd already clicked the Earthquake, so I'm going to go for the Earthquake here. We actually connect with it, so I'm going to swap now into Azumarill. and they swap into Shiftry. So this is alright. We're going to go for Ice Beam after building up to Play Rough. Expecting this to get shielded. It does get a shield. We're not going to shield ourselves. We're going to be happy to take shield advantage from this matchup. So Leaf Blade coming through. And then we're going to get to another Ice Beam here, which is going to force the second shield. We're at risk of getting farmed down here, which would not be great. So hopefully they throw some energy. They do throw some energy into us, so that's definitely good. So we're going to come back in with Tropius and look to farm down this Shiftry. So I'm not going to shield this first charge move. It is a foul play. I am likely going to have to shield at least one charge move from this Shiftry though, so I'm going to go ahead and shield this one, thinking it will be another foul play, but it is just a Leaf Blade bait, so that's not great. And we are able to farm down though, so we've got a ton of loaded energy, but it is a Skarmory in the back, so that's really bad news for us. Switch advantage is definitely was very important there, so we're going to have to shield our Stunfisk and then build up a bunch of extra energy, but this is not looking good. There's a Skarmory in the back, and Stunfisk is really our only Pokemon left that can take out the Skarmory, and it's just too low. So we're going to go for Rock Slide here, but our attack's debuffed, so this is going to deal a lot of damage. And we're going to look to get to another Rock Slide, but they actually beat us to a Charge move, so this is going from bad to worse here. Sky Attack's going to be taking us out, and then we've got tons of loaded energy here, so we're just going to start unloading with the Leaf Blades. I think Leaf Blade is actually still more energy efficient than Aerial Ace, because Aerial Ace is just such a bad move. I'm going to try throwing the Aerial Ace here. I don't rightly know which is the better choice. I should probably look that up on PV Poke. But getting to another Leaf Blade now, but this isn't going to be enough damage. Skarmory is just going to get to a Sky Attack and take us out. Yeah, so Sky Attack comes through, takes us out. Skarmory in the back is... if Stunfisk is already low and Azumarill's gone, and it ends up being Skarmory against Tropius, that is like a worst nightmare scenario. So, good game. Well played by my opponent, recognizing that switch advantage was very important for them. Going to get into the fourth match here, and it is a Stunfisk mirror match. So, looking to go straight for Earthquake. Going to go straight for Earthquake, and I think I got half a turn ahead there. I think they might have lagged slightly, so I'm going to do the Earthquake and then swap out into Azumarill. And they throw their energy. This is probably going to be another Earthquake, but it's just a Rock Slide bait, so really good for me connecting with that Earthquake. Their Stunfisk is very low now, and they actually come in with Shadow Machamp. Shadow Machamp does not have a great matchup against Azumarill. I resist the counters, so this is pretty good for me. I'm going to go for Ice Beam here. And this is going to force a shield. Hopefully I can get to another Ice Beam, but if I can't, I'm fine to let this go down and come in with Tropius. So they do take me out with a Rock Slide, but I can come in with Tropius and farm down all of that health. It is a Skarmory, but unlike last time, my Stunfisk is almost full health, so I can just swap into Stunfisk here. This is going to be a Brave Bird, and then they're going to swap out into Stunfisk. So I'm going to go ahead and shield, knowing that Brave Bird would deal the most damage, and then I can just farm down that Stunfisk. And then I've got back-to-back Rock Slides here, so I'm going to throw the Rock Slides into this Skarmory. Able to deny the Air Slash in between the Rock Slides, so that's good for me. And then I'm going to look to build up to back-to-back Rock Slides again. We did get the last shield there. So this is just going to be a Sky Attack. Not going to deal too much damage. We're going to comfortably be able to survive another Sky Attack if they get to one, but they aren't going to be able to. We're going to get to Rock Slide here. This first one's going to get them quite low, and then this second Rock Slide should be taking them out. So good matchup there. That was really a great showcase for Galarian Stunfisk. Pulling his weight there, putting in work against that team. Really, really big, connecting with that Earthquake against the opposing Galarian Stunfisk on the lead there. That was absolutely huge. Alright, another Stunfisk mirror matchup here on the lead, so gonna be going to look to play this the same way. Gonna go straight for the Earthquake, however, my opponent does look to win CMP here. So I'm gonna go ahead and shield. I can't risk taking an Earthquake. We do correctly shield an Earthquake, so that's pretty good for us. This is likely going to get shielded. It does get shielded, so we're going to go straight for another Earthquake. Because we lost CMP, I was trying to there to potentially swap another Earthquake, but I'm going to have to shield this up. It's just a Rock Slide, but because we lost CMP, I wanted to go ahead and throw the Earthquake myself, because even if I Rock Slide baited, I probably wouldn't beat them to the second Earthquake. So they actually swap into Altaria, which is very good for us, because we're just going to be able to go for Rock Slides. We are able to force another shield. We don't need to shield ourselves, even though we have no shields left, because this is a terrific matchup for us, actually. So this next Rock Slide is going to be getting Altaria very low. And we actually have another Rock Slide already ready. We're going to build up just a little bit of extra energy. And this is looking very good for us. We're able to basically win back switch advantage here. And they come into their Stunfisk again. I'm actually going to swap out quickly into Azumarill just to avoid getting farmed down. So they come in now with Marowak, which is quite surprising. If I had Hydro Pump, this would be absolutely devastating, but unfortunately I don't, so I'm going to go for Ice Beam, hoping that I can get to 2 Ice Beams. Unfortunately, this Shadow Ball might take me out. Does not quite take me out, and I'm tapping the Ice Beam, but not quite able to get to it, so not great. I'm going to go into Tropius now, and going to look to farm down with Air Slash. I went to try and sack on the Shadow Ball, but was not able to get it, so gonna have to tank that Shadow Ball. It shouldn't be a problem, because we should be able to farm down with the Air Slashes and have 2 Leaf Blades ready for the Stunfisk. So first Leaf Blade does connect, and then the second Leaf Blade should be taking them out. We are able to take out that Stunfisk, so very close matchup there. Very clutch Tropius coming in. You can see how beefy it is. Even against a Marowak, which is a pretty hard counter, it's able to take a Shadow Ball and a lot of Fire Spin damage and farm down with Air Slash to have a bunch of floated energy. So that was really good. And yeah, able to go 4-1 in that set. So 9-1 in my first 10 battles with that team. Really enjoyed using that team. So very bulky and just overall a very strong team. But thank you guys so much for watching, and I hope to see you in the next video.